Howdy, and I'm Jennifer. Nice to see you. Today we're going to be checking out your shoulder girdle, where your shoulders are supposed to rest in their neutral position for you, and how do you maintain structure, stability, while still maintaining ease of motion for your shoulders. We're going to explore that in just a sec. Hi, and let's get started. So find something comfortable to sit on, a pillow, a bolster, something that gives you a little lift. You may even need to sit in a chair if you're tight in your hips. So we're here to talk about your shoulder girdle. When I say shoulder girdle, what is it? It is your shoulders. It's your entire shoulder joint along with your shoulder blade. And a lot of people have difficulty in finding their neutral position. People talk about posture, and it's really confusing because there's so many aspects to your back that make up good posture. You have your cervical spine, you have your shoulder girdle, that's your shoulder blades and your shoulder positioning. You have your entire spine as well as rib cage placement. And of course, there's breath work that changes how all of that sits in your torso. So today we're just going to focus in on our shoulders to figure out how to find neutral for you, and then how to maintain that neutral position throughout different moves that we work on. So let's get started. So if you just start in a seated position and begin by rolling your shoulders. And we want to explore our full range of motion here. So we're going to come up as far as you can. For some people, this is really easy because their muscles up here are strong. For some, it's really difficult because their muscles down here are strong. And now we're going to do the opposite, where you're going to send your arms as far down as you can. And again, you have your lats here. And if they're strong, this is really easy. And if they're not, it's really difficult. Now, let's bring your shoulders forward. We're going to round them as far forward as we can. And we're protracting, bringing our shoulder blades out to the side. And then we're going to retract our shoulder blades, bringing them together, opening as far back as we possibly can. So now let's do that nice big rotation forward, up, back, and down. And notice how your spine works with your body. Now let's try to take your spine out of it and just do the shoulders. And see how different that feels, how little range of motion you have when you're just using your shoulders. Let's reverse the circle. Okay, so that's just a little feel for, okay, where is your movement in your shoulders? The second thing I want you to do is lock your shoulders. Hold on to them and grip. Take your elbows and tighten them by your sides and feel that stability that you've created. Try to wiggle them, move them, and if you're holding your elbows in, your shoulders are going nowhere. Now relax them. And I want you to do the opposite, where you let your shoulders be absolutely moving and groovy, and let them be loose. So something I want you to think about is the fact that you have no bony connections from your shoulder blades. They float and they glide along your rib cage. So you can feel that sensation of they should be loose. You shouldn't be feeling clicks or anything as they move side to side. And I always say that you want to have them be slightly bouncy. So you don't want to hold them down or hold them up and grip. They should always be fluid. And the reason for this is that you want even musculature around the tops, the bottoms, the sides, and attaching front to back with your ribs, right? So you want to keep that fluid and gliding. Now, as far as finding proper shoulder position for you, let's do that. So we're going to place one hand and then your second hand on top of your head. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what's going on with my shoulder here, okay? You're going to lift your shoulders as high as you can and then let them drop. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting them up, and then let them drop. And now let's send our elbows in as far as we can and send them back as far as we can. And again, so you're pressing just lightly on your head, just somewhere to hold and back. And now this time, let's inhale, sending our shoulders forward slightly. Inhale. And then I want you to gently send your elbows out to the side. Shoulders are up. And you're going to try to hold them there, right where your shoulders are as you open your arms. And gently drop, keeping your shoulders right where they were and dropping them. So now, if you look at my shoulder positioning, I'm in front of the video, so maybe this wasn't as clean as I needed it to be. But the idea is that it's in the middle between up, down, front to back. So let's see. If I lift it up, center, down, center, back, center, forward, center. Now I have a little bit more forward motion than I do reverse motion. That has to do with tightness in the front of my chest. Everybody is going to be different. Your body is going to be different than mine. It's going to be different than the person next to you. So you have to figure out for yourself, do you have more tightness in through your back, more tightness in through your shoulders, and perhaps it's in through your neck muscles, and perhaps it's in through your lats. So, and that's something that you get to work on as time goes by. But to find your proper positioning, that's where you want it to be. It's right in the middle of those 4 positions. So again, we'll just do it quickly. Okay, one arm, second arm. Now I had shoulder surgery, so this shoulder doesn't quite match the other one, but that's okay. And you're gonna bring your shoulders in and then back, and then let them just rest right in a comfortable position. We're gonna inhale, send our shoulders up, and then send them down. Now inhale, send them up, and then we're going to gently send our shoulders back until we feel just a little catch in the front of our chest. Breath in, and then exhale. Try to keep your shoulders in that position as you slowly lower. And now it may feel different than what you're used to. So take that, look at yourself in the mirror. Do that a few times. Do it standing up, do it sitting down. What happens? Does it set in a different spot? So now that you have that positioning, what we're going to do is move into a couple of different positions to see if you can maintain that. So we have that positioning, okay? Let's slowly move and come onto your knees. And then we're going to drop onto the ground. Now, if you come forward and place your shoulders down, where are they? And you want to make sure that you have even positioning front to back. So you're going to allow your shoulder blades to glide together and then allow your shoulder blades to protract. So this is retracting, shoulder blades come together, and then exhale other direction. Let's do one last time. Bringing it all the way down, sending it back. Now, what we're going to do is maintain that neutral position. So I'm halfway between retraction and protraction, right in the middle. We're going to bring our knees and our toes and ankles together. We're going to stay nice and solid, and then we're going to lift our knees off the ground. Now your abs go in towards your spine. You're holding yourself nice and square. You're not tucking your pelvis. You're not arching. You're right in the middle. And you're also not sending everything up and rounded. You're holding it nice and square. Now in this position, you should still be able to protract and retract. And it's going to be harder, but you should still be in that center position. And then release back down. Now in this position, are your shoulders loose? I just want you to check that flexibility and see if you still have that mobility with the strength. This time, keep your legs separated, taking a breath in, and exhale, lift. And now I just want you to do a little bit of a rock, and then gently work through some shoulder mobility, going both directions, allowing your rib cage to move. Place those knees down and come back and stretch out your shoulders. And round up. So that's just an initial look into how we keep our shoulders in their proper position. still strengthening while maintaining that flexibility and mobility that we need for our shoulders to stay healthy, hydrated, getting lots of blood circulation to them, which is so important to keeping overall health. So, and if you like what you saw, please press that subscribe button below and you will get a new installment of our weekly videos. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.